the mystery that follows us into sleep. Every night we fall into darkness. Our eyes close, our bodies rest, and yet our minds do something astonishing. They create worlds that feel real, worlds that terrify, delight, or confuse us. We can fly across cities, meet people long gone, relive memories that never happened. And when we wake, it all dissolves. Dreams. For thousands of years, they've been the bridge between the ordinary and the unknowable. But one question has never been answered, not by priests, not by scientists, not even by philosophers. Why do we dream? Ancient answers. When dreams spoke for the gods. Long before science, dreams were the voice of the divine. In ancient Mesopotamia, clay tablets described dreams as messages from the gods, omens of victory or disaster. Egyptian priests kept dream books, guides to interpret symbols seen in sleep. To dream of a river meant abundance. To dream of darkness meant death. In Greece, Artemidorus wrote an entire manual of dream interpretation. Temples of Asclepius welcomed the sick to sleep within their walls, believing divine healing came through dreams. Even powerful rulers like pharaohs or Roman generals waited for dream omens before battle. To ancient minds, dreams weren't illusions. They were portals, windows into another realm of truth. But the dawn of science changed that. Dreams stopped being divine messages and started becoming biological puzzles. The birth of the scientific dream. Fast forward to the 19th century. Science begins dissecting sleep, measuring, observing, and naming its stages. And then, in 1900, one man reframed dreams forever: Sigmund Freud. In the interpretation of dreams, Freud claimed our dreams were the royal road to the unconscious. Hidden desires, buried fears, childhood memories, all resurfacing while our defenses slept. Dreams, Freud said, were wish fulfillments disguised as symbols. You dream of flying? It's about freedom. You dream of falling? Fear of failure? You dream of water? Emotional turmoil. Freud turned dreams into psychological maps, coded messages from the unconscious mind. But as psychoanalysis took hold, another voice rose to challenge him. Carl Jung, Freud's student turned rival, believed dreams went deeper, beyond the individual. To Jung, dreams connected us to the collective unconscious, a shared symbolic language passed through all humanity. Dreams of snakes, heroes, mothers, or the sea weren't personal secrets. They were archetypes, timeless stories the human psyche retold in every generation. Dreams, Jung believed, didn't just reveal who we are, they reminded us who we all are. The science of REM, when the brain refuses to rest, then came the machines. In 1953, researchers Eugene Azarinsky and Nathaniel Kleitman discovered REM sleep, rapid eye movement. During this stage, the brain lights up like it's awake, while the body remains paralyzed. And within REM, dreams occur most vividly. For the first time, scientists could see the dreaming brain in action. Heart rates spiked. Neurons fired chaotically. And yet, we weren't conscious. This discovery shattered centuries of belief. Dreaming wasn't mystical. It was biological. A neural storm replaying fragments of memory, emotion, and imagination. But this raised a deeper question. If dreams were just brain noise, why do we need them at all? The theories that try to explain it. Dream science exploded with hypotheses, none fully satisfying. The activation synthesis theory, proposed by Hobson and McCarley in 1977, claimed dreams were meaningless, the cortex's attempt to make sense of random electrical signals from the brainstem. In other words, dreams are your brain's storytelling instinct trying to organize chaos. But another theory argued the opposite: the threat simulation theory. According to evolutionary psychologist Antti Revonsuo, dreams help us rehearse danger. Running from predators, surviving conflict, ancient humans may have trained their instincts through dreams. Meanwhile, memory consolidation theories suggested dreams are how the brain sorts, stores, and strengthens new information, turning short-term experiences into long-term knowledge. Each theory touches truth, yet none explains it all. Because dreams aren't consistent. They're emotional, fragmented, and deeply personal. No machine can capture their meaning because their meaning shifts with the dreamer. The emotional brain, where dreams are born. In modern neuroscience, we now know where dreams come from, at least partially. When we dream, activity surges in the amygdala and limbic system, regions tied to emotion and memory. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic and control, goes quiet. That's why dreams feel vivid yet irrational. We can fly, die, or meet our childhood self and never question it. It's a world built from feelings, not facts. A world where emotion is law and reason is asleep. Some researchers now believe dreams help emotionally regulate us, processing trauma, stress, or anxiety. By replaying emotional experiences in symbolic form, the mind may be healing itself. In this view, dreaming isn't useless, it's therapy, performed by the unconscious mind. Lucid dreams. When the dreamer wakes inside the dream. But what happens when awareness returns inside the dream? That's lucid dreaming, the rare moment when you realize, I'm dreaming, yet remain asleep. For centuries, mystics and monks described it. Now, science confirms it. EEG scans show lucid dreamers can signal with their eyes from within dreams, proving real-time awareness. Some use it to overcome nightmares, practice skills, or explore creativity. But philosophers raise a haunting question. If we can wake inside a dream, how do we know we're not dreaming right now? The boundary between sleep and waking isn't as clear as we think. Both are experiences of consciousness, both crafted by the same mind. The symbolic mind, dreams as inner language. For all its data, science still struggles with meaning. It can track neurons, but not narratives. That's why the human fascination with dream symbolism endures. We keep asking, why this image? Why this story? Dreams, many psychologists argue, are the language of the subconscious. They translate emotion into image, just as poetry translates thought into rhythm. A burning house might represent anger, a falling bridge, collapse of trust, a quiet ocean, peace after turmoil. But no dream dictionary can decode your mind, because every dream is a private myth, written in your own emotional handwriting. Eastern philosophy and the dream of reality. While Western science tried to dissect dreams, Eastern philosophy blurred the line between dreaming and reality itself. In ancient Hindu texts, life itself is described as Maya, illusion. In Buddhism, the mind's dreamlike nature is central. The Tibetan Book of the Dead teaches that dream awareness is training for enlightenment, to awaken not just in sleep, but in life. The Chinese philosopher Zhuangzi told of dreaming he was a butterfly fluttering through the air. When he awoke, he asked, "Was I Zhuangzi dreaming I was a butterfly, or a butterfly dreaming I am Zhuangzi?" The question still echoes. If dreams feel real and waking life feels real, how can we tell which is which? Perhaps dreaming isn't an interruption of reality. Perhaps it's another form of it. Modern dreaming, from AI to the subconscious screen. In our age, dreams are no longer confined to sleep. Digital worlds, virtual realities, and social media blur the boundaries of waking imagination. We build avatars, enter simulations, live digital lives parallel to our own. Are these not dreams, crafted by code instead of neurons? As neuroscience maps brainwaves and AI mimics human thought, one truth remains untouched. Dreaming is the original virtual reality, crafted not by machines, but by mind itself. In dreams, we become creators. We are the architect, the actor, and the audience, all at once. Why, we still don't know, After centuries of research, we still can't answer the simplest question: why do we dream? Every theory illuminates one corner: biological, psychological, philosophical. Yet none explains the totality. Maybe dreams serve multiple purposes. Maybe they have no purpose at all. Or maybe, like consciousness itself, dreaming is something we're not meant to fully explain, only experience. Perhaps the reason we dream is the same reason we wonder, create, or love. Because the mind itself needs mystery. Because to be human is to imagine what isn't real and find meaning inside it. The final reflection, the dreamer and the dream. So tonight, when you drift into sleep, when the lights of the world fade and another world rises, remember this: you are about to enter the oldest mystery of the human race, a space beyond control, beyond time, beyond logic. You will meet faces you've never seen. You will live stories you never wrote. And though you'll wake and forget most of them, they will leave traces on your soul. Why do we dream? Maybe because the mind refuses to rest, because the imagination must always wander. Or maybe because even when we sleep, we are still searching for ourselves. If you found this story fascinating, like, share, and subscribe to Timeless Questions channel, where we explore the civilizations, ideas, and mysteries that shaped humanity.